The cutting machine I use every day has always worked reliably. Whenever I turn it on, it runs smoothly and handles tasks quickly and efficiently. However, today when I needed to use it, I realized it was no longer functioning as before. Even after supplying power and doing a basic check, the machine remained completely silent, showing no signs of response at all. Don't worry. Right now, I'll walk you through how to check the cause and fix this issue step by step in a simple and effective way. First, I will check the carbon brushes of the cutting machine. This is a component that wears down frequently during use. So if the brushes have become too short or make poor contact, the machine will not be able to operate properly. Next, I'll use a flat washer to open this cover, since it has a small slot that can be used for turning it. By placing the washer into the slot and gently twisting, the cover can be loosened and removed without the need for any specialized tools. After opening it up for inspection, you can see that the carbon brush has worn down significantly. Normally, a new brush has a decent length to ensure proper contact with the commutator, but here the carbon has almost been completely worn away. Compared to when it was new, longer and noticeably thicker, it's now just a short stub, not enough to maintain stable contact, which is why the machine can no longer operate properly. Now, I will share a way to replace this carbon part without having to buy new brushes. I will make use of this depleted battery and take the carbon core inside to replace the worn-out brush. Inside the battery, there's a graphite rod that conducts electricity well and is quite suitable as a temporary replacement material. With a bit of processing and trimming it to the right size, we can use it to restore the worn carbon brush. After removing the outer casing, I will use pliers to gently pull out the carbon core. This step needs to be done carefully and decisively to avoid breaking the rod inside, as it is quite brittle. Once successfully removed, we will have a piece of carbon core that can be further shaped and used to replace the worn-out brush. Now I will gently grind down the tip of this carbon rod a little. After finishing grinding both ends, I will reuse the carbon powder generated during the grinding process. Now I will use sandpaper combined with a piece of wood to create a simple grinding block, making it easier and more precise to reshape the carbon core. By fixing the sandpaper onto the surface of the wood, we get a flat and stable sanding surface, allowing us to adjust the size and shape of the carbon core so that it fits perfectly into the original brush slot. This carbon core has a nearly square shape, so to ensure it operates stably inside the brush housing, I will sand down all four sides to make them flat and even. After finishing the sanding, I will cut this carbon core into a piece that matches the exact length of the original brush. Getting the length right is crucial to ensure that once installed, the spring can still press the carbon firmly against a commutator for stable contact. I will estimate the measurement and cut it carefully to prevent the carbon from cracking or breaking during the process. Returning to the old carbon brush, I will now completely remove the worn-out carbon portion. This part is no longer useful, so it needs to be cut off to make room for the new carbon core. While cutting, I will keep the copper wire and the rear holder intact, as these are essential for reconnecting and reinstalling the brush into the machine. Now I will proceed to secure the copper wire and the spring onto the new carbon piece. To make it more solid, I will use super glue combined with the carbon powder collected earlier. This mixture helps improve adhesion and enhances electrical conductivity at the contact point. During the process, I will position the copper wire correctly, then apply a thin layer of glue mixed with carbon powder to hold everything in place, and keep it steady for a while until the glue fully cures. When super glue is combined with carbon powder, the mixture tends to cure faster than using glue alone. The carbon powder increases the contact surface area and provides better grip, allowing the adhesive to set more quickly and firmly at the bonding point. At the same time, this layer of carbon powder helps reinforce a connection between the copper wire and the carbon piece, making the joint mechanically stable while also maintaining good electrical conductivity after completion. After finishing both carbon brushes, I will now reinstall them into the cutting machine. I will place each brush back into its original position, making sure the spring presses the carbon firmly against the commutator to maintain stable contact. Then, I will tighten the brush cap securely and do a final check before powering it on to ensure everything is properly assembled and safe. After plugging it in and turning it on, the cutting machine is now working normally again. As soon as it starts, it runs smoothly without the previous silence, and the motor rotates steadily. This indicates that the new carbon brushes are making good contact with the commutator, allowing a continuous flow of electricity and restoring the machine's operation to its original condition. Now I will try cutting a piece of metal to see whether the machine stalls or encounters any issues during operation. During the test, the cutting machine operates completely stable throughout the entire process. It maintains consistent power without any signs of stalling, interruption, or abnormal vibration, showing that it can handle the workload reliably after the repair. Overall, this repair method proves to be quite effective and practical. By making use of readily available materials, it is possible to restore the machine's functionality without needing to replace expensive parts. After the repair, the cutting machine operates smoothly, maintains stable performance on the road, and shows no signs of interruption. This demonstrates that with a bit of care and precision, even worn components like carbon brushes can be successfully refurbished and reused, helping to extend the lifespan of the tool while saving both time and cost.